So as of right now, there aren't too many different iPhones that are in the smaller size that we can actually go ahead and pick up. I think a majority of us kind of know by now that Apple's phased out the mini lineup of their devices, which is honestly quite sad. But as of this point, like I've stated, there's nothing we can really do about it. But that last mini iPhone Apple has ever made, the iPhone 13 mini, was by far one of the best iPhones I think they made in the last 4 years, 3 years probably. But on top of that, this was probably one of the biggest upgrades, I would say, coming from one iPhone from the same lineup to the other, probably in the last 3 or 4 years as well. And this was from the iPhone 12 mini to the iPhone 13 mini. Although Apple didn't really make it look too different besides the camera being diagonal, they honestly fixed and patched a lot of the issues that I was personally having with that iPhone 12 mini, and the main issue was the battery life. Since then, Apple, can honestly kind of sell the iPhone 13 mini year after year after year, and I think they would honestly have a hit on their hands for sure. So right now, the way it looks like is that the iPhone 13 mini is still going to be around for the remainder of this year. So I don't think Apple's going to drop another iPhone that's going to take away that iPhone 13 mini at the full $599 price tag. But I do think that sooner than later, they could actually end up dropping that phone, probably after the iPhone 15. So the best time to buy a phone like this probably is now. If you're into a smaller iPhone, you'll still be able to go and buy them in the used market all day, like on eBay and places like that. But if you want to go buy it brand new, if you want to buy one of the last mini iPhones probably Apple's ever going to make, this is probably the best way to go in my opinion. Now, another thing I like about that iPhone 13 mini and why it was so perfect was because it was cheaper than the iPhone 13. It was probably one of the last $699, $729 iPhones we'll ever have from Apple. Since then, that $699 at $729 price tag is now gone, and they only make the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus, which are technically on paper $100 more expensive than the mini device that we had before. So that's kind of another thing that the 13 mini was kind of significant with. It was kind of the last ones to have that price tag there, which honestly is kind of sad. I feel like Apple could have kept that price tag alive, but now, I guess they're going to have to drop the other iPhones down a little bit too, but I think it's pretty crazy what even happened in that standpoint. But the performance of this phone still matches what we have on the iPhone 13, which is very interesting because it's not too far off from what we have on the iPhone 14. So when we take a look at the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus, those iPhones, honestly, in that price tag area, they're really not that far off, which I think in and of itself is an amazing thing in and of itself. So when it comes down to it, I definitely do think that the iPhone 13 mini is by far one of the more important iPhones Apple's made in the last few years, but also I do think it's still a perfect device that a lot of people should consider if they're looking to upgrade their iPhones. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.